Welcome to Thoughtfully Us, the space where three therapists of color sit down to talk about mental health, real life, and the human side of healing. We're colleagues, friends, and licensed therapists. And so in this podcast, we're pulling back the curtain on not just therapy, but on being people of color in this field and on the parts of life we don't always get to process in the therapy room. So whether you're in therapy, thinking about it, or just trying to make sense of your own healing journey, we're so glad you're here. A quick disclaimer is that this podcast is for informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for therapy, medical advice, or diagnosis. Listening to this podcast does not create a therapeutic relationship with any of the hosts. Tease up for Thoughtfully Us.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey. Well, we first have to start out by saying thanks to everyone who has followed us, liked our posts and episode on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, I think it's somewhere else, and who supports, shares, and engages with us on social media. We appreciate you all.
And thank you guys for being so kind about us skipping a week in the spirit of keeping things raw and real.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be real that recording just wasn't in the books that week. And that's gonna happen. We try and plan ahead because of that, but there's only so much planning ahead you can do because life has its own plans.
Exactly. We were healing from the Demi Lovato and Jonas Brothers reunion on their tour.
Let's discuss. Can we talk about?
I'm speechless. Truly. I woke up, imagine me waking up the next day.
Again.
And go on Insta.
No awareness.
TikTok. Twitter, X, whatever you call it. It's everywhere. I am shook. Camp Rock, Morgan and I watched Camp Rock every single day the summer it came out. Like, every single day.
And we were in 6th or 7th grade, probably.
Every day.
It is actually crazy because
I cried in my room when Demi and Joe broke up in real life.
Oh.
And so this was just really healing for me and Nellie.
A circle moment. Yeah. The first time, I'm from New Jersey, and the first time that I saw the Jonas Brothers, they were not like a thing. I saw them in a church. There was no security. You could walk right up to them. There was no lot, like, the place wasn't packed. Like, everything was calm. It was like and I was in love.
Hometown heroes.
Yes, and they blew up, and then Maya and I have been watching these clips since. We even saw a performance for some cousins.
Yes.
We'll let them chime in on how they felt. Maya and I did.
Yes.
But Maya, as I've previously mentioned, is a singer. So she takes away the show.
I do. But I need people to know, like, okay, them singing this is great. Like, wonderful song. It got us all through a lot. But them doing it didn't change a thing in the year 2025 changed my life.
I was trying to explain to my husband the cultural significance of such an event.
The cultural healing.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I'm not sure if it's going to work out if you're not going to give this your all.
Oh my gosh. What does it show us? The fact that they were able to reunite and perform their hit songs together after their roller coaster, because Demi's had a roller coaster with all the brothers.
In her own life.
Wouldn't change a thing. Like,
and the lyrics being so real. It's like,
so
like fire and rain. You can drive me insane.
But we
can't stay mad at you for anything.
Oh gosh.
Like, my gosh.
What have I opened?
I know. Let us know, listeners, if you want us to do performance, we will gladly
do a live.
Yeah, we'll do a live. Honestly, I think we probably should because
If we get 100 likes on our next Insta post, Nelly and Maya will perform.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change a thing.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So
I'm gonna make 100 accounts.
It's gonna
100
fly.
emails.
Yes.
and that's on.
And that's on Thoughtfully Yes.
Yeah. Oh gosh, now I can't stop thinking about it, but that's okay. I will go back to normal life. You know how there's like before and after in like, your mind, like
Mhm.
before the pandemic or after the like in my
Yes.
mind, like this is so significant. It's like before I saw that performance versus
After, yeah.
What?
It was great. It was perfect,
What's
honestly.
happening? Like, I'm a fan. I'm a stan, obviously, but
Morgan doesn't understand the way we do.
don't. I'm confused. And there's other things going on. Next time, well, maybe in 2 episodes, we'll recap the Love Island reunion because that's going to be a big topic of conversation
Yes.
in the world.
Yes.
Yes, that is going to be a big one, which we will definitely talk about. I'm a little scared.
The Summer I Turned Pretty, also.
Ah,
That also.
Everyone I know in our demographic watches that show, which is 25 to 35.
Hmm.
So who's winning?
Wednesday.
We are. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the world that I'm more focused on. But I was happy for the reunion.
Yeah. And
Well,
the fact that they keep doing them too, like every show is a new one, so it's cool.
crazy. And since we mentioned the Summer I Turned Pretty, I think we just have to say, like, Team Conrad. If
Yes.
you are a Team Jeremiah,
We can help you.
yeah, we are here for support.
What?
Love to like
We
tweet at
have
us.
we have openings for therapy.
Oh my gosh, I need to drink my cranberry juice. I don't have water today because I lost my water bottle, but I will find it again and be reunited with it. And I wouldn't change a thing about having a water bottle.
Nice.
Okay, so back to Team Jeremiah people. We are, like Maya said, we are here to help, but we are not here to debate
Support.
or support.
I don't know anyone who's Team Jeremiah.
I do.
Oh.
People are.
Mm.
I think you do know people who are.
No one I know. Mm-mm.
Yes, there is someone you know.
There's people you know.
I don't think so.
Yes, there are. We know the same people, and we can confirm that the people we know that are,
Mhm.
you know too.
I don't know.
Morgan,
Okay.
trust.
Trust us. But we can't wait to debrief the finale.
Yes. Probably both finales. Like Love Island and
Yeah, we have to.
of course.
That's what therapists do in our free time.
Yeah, duh. But
Well.
today we were actually thinking about talking about things that we would never say as therapists in a therapy space,
Mm-hmm.
but are thinking in our heads or want to say. Because as therapists, we talked about this on our Instagram stories for Ask Us Anything. So thank you so much to those people who submitted their questions.
Yes.
And one of the myths that we named was like the therapists. I don't know if it was a myth or like somebody asked if therapists give advice. And we kind of clarified, like,
I think someone asked, yeah.
Yeah, we don't give advice. Like, that is not our place. We are not higher up or superior than anybody else. So we don't have advice to give. We do have training and background in mental health. So we have strategies that have proven to be helpful or have evidence that they can assist in certain symptoms, but we don't give advice.
Right.
So because of that and many other things, boundaries, ethical priorities, there is a lot that we do not say in sessions. So this is shout out to all the people who think they don't need to go to therapy because they're talking to their friends. Spaces are quite different.
Oh,
They are different.
Mm-hmm.
Because this really, there are two things that come up. When I want to say so badly, break up with that man.
Yes. What's this? Is that what the young people do?
I don't know, but snap.
Listeners, we are doing the finger taps that people do now.
And snapping.
And snapping, for those who can't see us.
Yes.
Break up with that person.
Go with your boyfriend.
You would never say it because it's not our place to say.
No.
And a conversation about it would probably go more like, does this person align with your values?
Yeah. Long-term goals.
Yeah.
Who you want to be. Do they bring out good parts about you or bad parts about you?
Are you who you want to be in this relationship? What's getting in the way of being who you want to be? Those are some, not all, but some, the start of what that conversation might look like. But man, oh man, do I sometimes want to be like, can we no. It's a no.
Right. It's a wrap.
Definite no.
Yeah. For a lot of things, even friendships sometimes. Well, because I still see a lot of school-age people. I'm like, is this really like when you think of a friend, is this person does this person fit into that description you have?
That was my next one. Like,
wait,
this person's a hater.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that. Okay.
What about you, Maya? Why are you smiling?
I just think that does come up a lot. Like in real, like I see teens, I see adults, like I think sometimes they also get shocked of some of the ways more of like the catty or like drama type behavior is within spaces. So like at work or, you know, people at daycare, like that kind of thing. So I think it goes a lot. And so it's kind of like, yeah, like some people, they never change or don't grow up, or any space with a lot of people means there's a lot of energies and personalities. And so it can be challenging. So sometimes I do think that, you know, as they're talking to me or telling me like what space things are into.
I will say a lot of times what I think I actually end up saying to my clients who I've had a long history with, not like the breakup with this person or anything, but like when they're telling me all these things that are going on, and I'm thinking like, your mental health is being influenced by the lack of systems and safety and structure and like the whole thing. That I'll say that to them sometimes.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot at play that influences how people think and feel and behave, that just out of our control, sadly, sometimes. But usually I'll say that out loud, coming from that anti-oppressive, anti-racist lens.
Yeah, there's that reminds me of like self-disclosure.
Yeah. What is self-disclosure for those who wouldn't know what that means?
Are you defining it? Are you quizzing me? What's good?
Quizzing you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
How would you define it?
I would define it as like saying something about you personally. Like it could be about your life, it could be about your thoughts in the moment, it could be about your feelings. It's like anything about your life and like your experience, whether that be your mental experience, whatever, right?
Right.
And we are taught in school like self-disclosure, big no, don't do that. Absolutely not.
Right.
However, I think like a lot of people of color have realized that that's not really what works in a lot of our cultures or communities. And that wasn't really made for us. And not to say that it wasn't made. Like, I think for a lot of people, it doesn't work. But I think it's how you use self-disclosure. I wish we were taught more of that. Like, are
Right.
you saying this for yourself or are you saying this for the client? Like, that is the big underlying question, or I guess overarching question, but that's the huge thing. And I think someone asked us how we feel about therapists crying in session. And then I put a poll up, like, this could be a whole episode, and people said yes. So,
Oh, really? Actually, I remember seeing that. Yes.
so we will definitely talk about that. But the reason that I said it could be a whole episode is because it depends on a bunch of different things that self-disclosure depends on too. Like your relationship, previous boundary crossings, like the boundaries that are in the therapy room, what your history with this client, power, like racial dynamics. It's a ton of different things. So like, yeah, there are times when like crying in a session would not be appropriate at all, and then there are times that it could, depending on what is going on. So it's really hard to kind of teach, and I think we felt this a lot in our classes, like to teach a one-size-fits-all approach, because everybody's like, in school they're like, it's an individualized approach, like, but then teach these things that you're like,
Right. Yeah.
Like, wait a second. Yeah, nothing is one size fits all in the counseling world. It just can't be.
I feel like a lot of people in the last few years, probably post-pandemic, want to know more about their therapist. Like,
yeah.
So
What do you mean by that?
Like sometimes they want to know, like, why are you a therapist? Sorry, I'm thinking like what I can say.
Why am I smiling and talking slow?
Because
there's questions.
Confidentiality.
Yeah, I've been asked for. I'm not going to say it now, but one is like, oh, why did you want to be a therapist? Or Morgan and I work at the same agency, so sometimes people see like both of our pictures on the site, and like clients have seen one of us or both of us together at one time, like those type of things where I'm like, oh yeah, my sister's a therapist too. Those type of things where I feel like then the clients are like, oh cool, like they know something about me.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can open that space to like want to talk and trust and all those things too.
I'm so sorry, I'm distracted. I've got to ask on Instagram again, and listeners, please look out for this. If they are twins,
oh my
goodness, other sisters. Like Maya's like, oh yeah, my sister works here.
Right, Maya doesn't me.
But we don't say like, I don't go through life being like like in my mind, it's not like I'm a twin. It's just I have siblings.
I respect that.
Morgan's probably like, I
always thought when I was
all the time.
It's my fun fact in all my classes.
I did witness that.
But yeah, that's real. And I think Nelly could relate. But when I got married, it was like I switched my last name. It just made sense to switch everything to the same name. So when I did that, it took a while for the systems to update, and then they did, and people were like, wait, your last name's different. You got married? I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I guess that's not something people would really know if you're not in person and see. I usually wear my wedding ring, but it's like I had to self-disclose there, and I didn't mind.
Yeah, definitely happened. And like in my situation, I married outside of my race, and that's clear kind of in my last name. And I had conversations about that in the therapy space when appropriate. So, like, did not see that kind of being conversations in certain spaces.
Right.
In other spaces where like biracial relationships are existing, I did kind of see like, okay, is this going to be something that comes up, and what is my comfort with sharing? Yeah. And that's the thing about self-disclosure, is like it can't be something that just pops up, even though sometimes it does, but it should be something like thoughtfully us.
Thoughtfully tease it. That's so true. And as Nelly was talking, my dog was whining in the background. And so sometimes I have to self-disclose when I do telehealth sessions that if they hear noise, whining, snoring, or like, I have a swear here, squeaky toys, it's because I have a dog named Mason in the background that people wouldn't know otherwise. So there's bits and pieces of our lives we will share. If it makes sense and isn't harmful to the client. And, you know, like Nellie said, we think of all the factors at play, things like that. But my question for the group, the two of you, is is are you all fine with being asked questions about yourself? It's not a friendship relationship, but it is an intimate, vulnerable one.
It is. I think so. We had opened this up talking about like things we wanted, that things that go through our mind that we like don't say, and those are self-disclosures, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess with those, I'm not comfortable. Like if a client is like, well, what do you think I should do? Or like something like that, then I want to explore like what they're looking for in that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
What they're looking for me, the space.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't like jump to it. But
Yeah.
again, I feel like it just really depends on your relationship with the client, like what boundaries have looked like, their history, what their treatment goals are, what their treatment plan is.
Yeah.
Their first time in therapy. But I have to say that I definitely have shared more in certain spaces than I ever expected to when I was in graduate school.
Yes. It just changes. Yeah. Like very long-term clients versus someone I'm meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Very different.
And
too.
Nellie, because you had to tell your clients you were expecting, because they would go without sessions while you were on maternity leave.
Yeah. And that's not, people don't always share that.
Right.
Actually. Like people, like that's not a given that people say they're going on maternity leave. Like sometimes it's medical leave given the situation. But like in my situation, it was appropriate for me to share that. But that was definitely actually, I'm so glad you brought that up because I kind of forgot about all that.
Yeah.
That was the first time that in my professional space, like everybody knew about this huge thing, personal thing happening in my life, like colleagues, clients, and it was really interesting. Like, of like people asking for my registry, realizing that I had that wasn't something I felt comfortable with, and I was like, I have to go change this and make this like, and so that was a hugely weird moment of like disclosing something that was really big for me. Because some background, I was in fertility treatment for a while. My partner and I struggled to conceive for some time. So it felt like a huge relief and also a huge source of anxiety for me for a long time.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So sharing that was crazy.
It's important to share too, because I think other like listeners or therapists, or anyone, I guess, professionally might relate of like, you know, because it can be evident, you know, if someone's going through anything medical or personal or, you know, those type of things. And then things like pregnancy or marriage, like some things you see of like, oh, a ring or they're gone or baby bump, like those type of things. So
yeah, definitely a hard thing to navigate. Oh, self-disclosure.
Yeah.
It is.
A lot of things. I think there's a lot of things we may think about in session, or like how sometimes I think a lot of like, oh, this relates, or again, a long-term client, I can be like, oh, I remember when you said something similar. This cycle's happening again, and I don't know if you know that
you're noticing
patterns here. It's back. Those type of things, I think. But sometimes I'll say, but sometimes I don't always say in the moment. So,
but really break up with your partner or that friend, like I just want to yell out from the rooftops, but it is not mine.
Or like, I think perfectionism is a big one where I'm like,
big one.
it doesn't matter. Like years from now, this won't matter as much as your
Yeah.
anxiety is telling you it is.
Yeah. A lot of that with like my high school is your college, like, and college is important and you should always try, your best
Why is Maya saying that of all
to
people?
get,
I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, like, try your best. And I know people try their hardest. I know it means something to build your future, but it's like not the end of the world
Yes. At
to
what
not
cost?
get an A,
What?
or to not pass. Like, there's just different things, or to not know your major. Like, I think that's a big one. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You figure it out, or you won't. You graduate, just,
And yeah.
pick something and you might end up loving it, or an experience kind of shows you what you want to do. So,
Yeah, definitely. But it's so hard to see some of that stuff. And like you have to go through certain things in order to see
Right.
things. So if I did say like break up with this person and then they did and like they weren't ready and they weren't in that space, like I mean, that would be a lot of ethical stuff for me to say that.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't.
yeah.
But like, let's in this crazy world, let's say I did, and yeah, it just is not.
Yeah.
People have their own
Yeah.
process.
Right. You have to process like the word. I'm trying to give a different word because you just said process. But you have to kind of like go through it
Mhm.
and sit in it and like maybe experience the same things over and over
Mhm.
until it's like okay and take that next step.
Yeah.
It's giving when you like are out and somebody asks what you do and then you say you're a therapist and they're like, "Oh, so tell me what I think." No. Mm-mm.
Also, like we don't give out free sessions. So
True.
no, I'm not gonna tell you what to do in this moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, that's not what I do. Like, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't like, I'm not like,
Yeah, we
"Ooh,
can't read minds.
I sense you should do that." No, that's
Yeah.
not how it works. But I do think movies and TV make it seem that way, and just a lot of ignorance around mental health, which is
Yeah.
part of why we created Thoughtfully Us, so that people got to see what therapists can be like
Mhm.
outside of these traditional, well, sometimes traditional, sometimes wild interpretations on the media.
Yes. Especially because anyone can say anything on social media with no license or degree or
Yeah.
background.
It's so wild. We send each other stuff all the time where we're like,
Yeah, I'm
not
like,
sure
what?
about that.
What is this? Who is this person that is just saying stuff? And they have like tons of followers and people are engaging with them. I'm like, you're not even licensed, or you don't have any like like education or credentials or professional
Mhm.
work in the field.
Right.
Yeah, like that thing you sent us, Morgs, where you were like, you wouldn't have a surgeon, like somebody who doesn't have a license to work in a hospital, you wouldn't
Right.
have them perform surgery on you
Yeah.
in their house most of the time.
Right.
Like in most cases, we would not approach that situation. But yeah, in the therapy
Fun.
world, that happens where people with no license,
Yeah.
no education or training are giving out and oftentimes charging like
Yes.
a ton of money for these packages.
Yes.
It's
Ton.
crazy.
Tons. And some are, I've met some people and they're okay. But it also, like, I think there is a lot to
Oh my gosh.
the
I'm
therapy
about to get us canceled.
space. So I
Yes.
think,
Yeah.
People have good intentions and mean well. And
They
I think when you go through an experience, you want to like maybe help other people get through that same experience. Get that. But
Yeah.
don't market yourself like you're a therapist or coach.
or sometimes people who've been in therapy a lot maybe feel like they need to try something completely new, and that to them
Yeah.
is something new. So it might work, for them.
Yeah.
So
It has its time and place, right?
Yeah.
But we can't market it or name it as therapy
Yeah.
without the appropriate training and education.
Yeah.
In order to do so, with the note
Mhm.
that training and education is not accessible to everyone that it should be.
Oh, are we doing this today?
Whoa. I know.
That's
Hold
a whole
on.
episode again in
I
itself.
know.
Whoa.
But
Yes.
We can,
That's
spit
so
bars real
fun.
quick. It's not accessible. You have to have a certain level of privilege to access it. Even
Mhm.
after that, you still have to maintain a certain amount of privilege to engage as a therapist in the therapy world. It is crazy. Our license is expensive compared to how much we actually get paid. It does not make any sense. People CEUs are expensive. So there's a lot of barriers systemically to being a therapist. So we probably can't talk about the importance of education and training without also addressing the fact that it is a privilege to have that, and it's not accessible to everyone that it should be.
Yeah.
Yes. The tea was spilled.
It was.
Tease
Good.
up.
Tease up. That'll be our next post.
Yes.
Spilling
But
the tea.
let us know anything that you think, maybe if you're in therapy, maybe something you think your therapist has thought but never said. Or if you're a therapist, any examples of things, that we also said today, or that you've thought on your own and you're like, I wish I could say this so badly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna add one thing.
Mhm.
Sometimes in session, I'm listening and I'm engaged. But let's say because of the modality I come from, it's sometimes a lot of like having them do their own, like write things down or like write their thoughts out on paper. So they'll do that, and I'm like sitting, kind of waiting for them for 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, when I'm not engaged in the session, I'll be thinking like, oh, I'm hungry, or I need to go to the bathroom, but I don't know if I'll have time to go after this session ends because my next one starts like 10 minutes later, things like that. So there are thoughts like that I have sometimes during the session when I'm not engaged with the client when they're doing an activity or something.
Yeah.
Which goes back to that thing we've talked about being human. Like, and that's why I was nervous to even talk about this on here, like this topic of like things we wish we could say that we don't, because I didn't want it to come off as judgments that we have of people, right? Because that's not what it is. It's and I should say, we are human. And like this idea, I think that's like what the foundation that we created this podcast on, is that this idea that therapists don't need self-care, don't have their own thoughts, don't get hungry during a session or think, oh my gosh, are we gonna run over and like I'm gonna be late to this, or like I'm not gonna be able to use the bathroom in between. Like we are human and we have all of those thoughts too. And how we manage them is our responsibility as a therapist, right? Like that is on us. It's not on a client to manage what we are bringing. Like that's a space that we're responsible for. And it doesn't mean that we don't like still have these thoughts and feelings in sessions. So we are not the robots that sometimes certain educational places or people can kind of make us out to seem.
Exactly. No, I Am Robot here. The movie.
Wow.
2000. When was that? 2000.
What's
Something, but it feels
Sunny?
like, yeah, Sunny. It feels like it's becoming reality. But anyway, I loved this topic. Let us know what
Me
you guys
too.
think. For sure.
For sure. And we mentioned a couple things, questions in our episode today that we will throw on our Instagram stories for some polls.
Yeah.
So please tune in.
Don't forget, 100 likes, and you will hear a rendition of Wouldn't Change a Thing from Camp Rock 2 by Nelly and Maya. I was like, is it Camp Rock 2 something?
Camp
Rock
I don't know if it has another name.
Well, that's why I paused. Anyway, Camp Rock 2 by Nelly and Maya.
We'll
and
see.
I'm going to make 100 accounts. If you see the same name multiple times, mind your business.
See what happens.
We'll tease up.
Tease up.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for joining us for today's conversation. We hope you felt seen, supported, and maybe even laughed a little along the way. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a new one. And we'd love it if you left us a rating or review. It really helps more people find us. You can also connect with us on Instagram at thoughtfully_us and let us know what you want to hear about next. And remember, while we're therapists, this podcast is not a substitute for therapy. If you're struggling, please reach out for support from a mental health professional in your area. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.